Good afternoon. Right, I've got about 10 minutes before I need to jump in a taxi to go up towards the jungle because we're moving on our tour, wrapping up our time in Sri Lanka now. But I keep banging on about the fact that car manufacturers have been making the wrong sort of cars and they're building cars that people don't want. But when they do build a car that people do want, this happens. Listen to this. So many people want a four-door Jimny, Suzuki Jimny, that Suzuki had to close the order books after just 4 days. This is in the USA, right? We don't have a four-door Jimny in the UK. And in the UK, the Jimny causes problems because it's in the wrong tax bracket. But it's a really cool car. And when it was announced, everybody wanted it. The rugged little Suzuki Jimny, which briefly sold in the US as the Suzuki Samurai, the original one, was strictly offered as a two-door since its introduction in 1970. Same as the UK, basically. Suzuki introduced a four-door in some markets like India, South Africa and Australia. And in 2023, Suzuki finally opened the order books for the Japanese market four-door Jimneys on January the 30th. They're such cool looking cars, take a look. It was an instant hit and the company received so many orders that it had to suspend all further orders after being open for just 4 days. There were around 50,000 orders placed, but the sole manufacturing plant that produces four-door Jimneys can only produce 1,200 units per month. So those 50,000 orders back up production for the next 3.5 years. Imagine that for the likes of Volkswagen or Audi, BMW, Jaguar, any of them, right? To launch a new car, open the order books, and then sell out 3.5 years of orders in 4 days. It just doesn't happen anymore, and it just says to you what a hit the little Suzuki Jimny is. I think it's absolutely brilliant. When the Jimny was redesigned in 2018 to look like the adorably rugged offspring of the Jeep Wrangler and Mercedes G-Wagon, which it does. Loving these little Jimnys. I saw one earlier on that was definitely done up to look like a G-Wagon. In fact, there's one over there. It's a Jimny wagon. So cool. Just cheeky. The internet went berserk for it. It managed to combine a cute and likeable face with enough off-road machismo to draw affection from all types of people. Absolutely right. It's like a classless car, and that's what we want. We want small, affordable cars. We don't need 4-ton SUVs, and the Jimny proved that. It wasn't particularly expensive. It's in the same line as the Dacia Duster, and that's what we want. Now, part of the reason I'm making this video today is because whilst we've been in Sri Lanka, I've been seeing a little car around called a Suzuki Hustler. Now, the Suzuki Hustler was first built in 2014, but we never got it in the UK. It's effectively like a Japanese K car. Now, they're currently on the Mark II. So the first generation started in 2014 until 2019, but the Mark II was launched in 2020, and it's very, very cool. It's a tiny little car. It comes with a 658cc petrol, or, so that's an inline 3, or it comes with a 658cc petrol turbo. It's rated at 49 horsepower for the non-turbo and 64 horsepower for the turbo, and it is only 3.3 meters long and 1.5 meters wide. It is the perfect car for modern commuting. I would like very much to see the Suzuki Hustler in the UK. I love that it's called a Hustler. Isn't that ace? Got my own Hustler over here. So in December 2023, Suzuki set monthly sales target at 5,000 units. Hustler sales exceeded the target, which was increased to 6,000 units. So basically they launched the Hustler in Japan and then they sell more than they think they're going to. Again, the exact opposite of what's happening in the EV market. The Suzuki Jimny 4-door, such a cool car. Take a look at it for yourself. I think it's absolutely ace. I think the future is going to be in simple cars like your little Dacia Duster, like your little Suzuki Jimny, and ideally the Suzuki Hustler as well. If we could get the Suzuki Hustler into the UK, I do think it would sell. Right, coming up next on the channel, we are off into the jungle. There's some more Dubai content to follow, and...
Could you play this on the piano?
Can I play that on the piano? Rush E Impossible Piano Remix. No, I can't play it on the piano. Coming up next is more interruptions from the children. We're going to, where are we going? We're going to a national park to go on a tour. We've got a house in the tropics overlooking the rainforest. We're going on a tour tomorrow to go and try and see some wildlife and like some animals and stuff. And then we are flying into Malaysia we're going to be staying in Georgetown, and I'm hopefully going to be documenting some protons whilst we're in Malaysia. That would be pretty cool. I believe a lot of the taxis run around in protons, and maybe we can hire a car, check out what Malaysia's all about, and hopefully do some Hot Wheels related stuff. I think some of the Hot Wheels shops in Malaysia are going to be about as good as they could possibly get, because Hot Wheels, they're made in Malaysia, like the protons. So that's the plan. Into Malaysia, then possibly into Thailand, and then possibly briefly back to Dubai, and then possibly home. That sound about right? And then when I'm home, all of my cars are going to need to go for MOTs, because I've got slightly more than Mrs. Geoff thinks I've got. And yeah, then we'll do a road trip. Oh, also, whilst I'm doing this general chat, because this video is not quite as good as I thought it was going to be, I'm going to be doing the Geoffball Rally. So if you would like to join me for the Geoffball Rally, it is going to be a fuel economy challenge. We will start at John O'Groats, so everybody will meet at John O'Groats. You can stay overnight if you like, or meet us there in the morning, depending on where you come from. The plan is to drive from John O'Groats to Land's End, and then somewhere in Cornwall, I'll find a destination. We will have an evening where we'll have a pub quiz. And that's the plan. So you sort your own accommodation out and all that sort of stuff. If you want to get involved, there will be awards for various different things, including least amount of fuel used. First person to get there will get something that doesn't count because it's not a prize, because it's not a race. First person to get there is the rotten egg. So, I don't know, you'll win an inflatable chicken or something like that. And then the last person to get there, which will be Lee the Mapmaster, which will get like an honourable mention. So I'll put more information out about that when we know some dates. We're probably going to be looking late April, May, when the days are a little bit longer. And if you're a YouTuber and you want to get involved and you want to film your journey, do contact me. Pretty up for that. Are you winding me on or cooling yourself down? Is the taxi here?
No, I'm winding you.
You're winding me up? But the taxi's not here yet, so I can carry on talking. I'm being nagged to go and get all my stuff out of the house. I packed up this morning anyway. The Q&A with Mrs. Geoff is coming up soon. I just need an evening where she's not too drunk or too asleep to answer your Q&A questions, or too full from all the fantastic food that we've been having out here. Tom Fong soup. What's the soup that I had today? Today on YouTube's worst food review channel, because I keep forgetting to film, we're eating Tom Yum soup and chips, because Mrs. Geoff isn't feeling fantastic. It's a pretty beautiful spot though. Genuinely incredibly tasty. All the flavours have permeated through everything. So even if I eat this onion, it tastes fantastic because all the fluids have gone through it. So nice and spicy, with a little bit of lemongrass flavour and lots of chilli. Just beautiful. Best soup I've ever eaten in my entire life. As I said, you haven't seen much content from Sri Lanka because mostly it's been quite difficult to film because it's been very noisy. And looking through like the analytics on the Dubai videos, the people that liked the Dubai videos really liked them, but the people that didn't just didn't watch. So instead of like doing a video every day on our travels, I'll keep the channel for like the more newsy sort of stuff. And what I will do is I'm going to edit all of Sri Lanka into one long video, and then when we've left on a nice Sunday evening around about 8 o'clock, you'll have an hour-long Sri Lanka video to watch, and it'll be full of cars and food and interesting things and me treading on sea anemones. I didn't tell you about that, did I? 2 days ago I was going out for a surf and I misjudged where I was leaving from and basically tripped over on some rock and landed on some sea anemones.
What has he gone and done now? Let's have a look. Bit of a mess, aren't you, darling? We're next surfing. And got what?
Got sea urchin to death.
You got sea urchin to death.
So basically the sea anemone spines, I pulled one out whilst I was surfing and it was about that long and it went right into my hand. So then basically I ended up sat having a beer whilst a Sri Lankan man with a hot pin and some lime poked me until as many of the sea anemone spines would come out. Then my knee was extremely hot for the next 2 days and I was really worried it was infected, but I am okay. So between smashing my head on a tree and jumping on a pile of sea anemones, we're doing pretty well in Sri Lanka. Right, into a taxi, off into the jungle, go find some animals, then Malaysia, Hot Wheels, Protons, that's what's coming next. I want one of these Suzukis. Thanks for watching.
Okay, what are you doing?
Just editing that video from earlier when I talked about the Geoffball rally. You know, the one when you interrupted me when you came up and asked me if I could play a song on the piano.
Hey,
Where are we going?
where are we going?
Do you not know?
No,
You don't listen to anything, do you?
no.
We're going up towards the jungle, and then tomorrow, very early in the morning, we're going on a safari to go find some animals.
Animals.
Yeah, water buffalo, maybe elephants, hopefully crocodiles, 'cause that's my favourite. And if we're really, really lucky, a leopard, but I don't think we'll see any leopards. Is there anything you'd like to see?
Monkey.
Monkeys. Alright then, let's see if we can do that. Right, chuck me with my phone and I'll... So, editing in a taxi, the glamorous life of a YouTuber. Earlier on we had Barbie Girl by Aqua, that was a highlight moment. And we're off inland to go see if we can get to this national park, which is quite exciting. It's obviously school kick-out time. It's very green, as you can see. Right, I think I need to edit the rest of this video now, so I'll do. Oh, so it's a high ace. Those wheels look like slot mags, they're so cool. Not a huge amount of traffic around here, so not a wee yellow moped. Not a lot for me to show you. Dogs, dogs, and more dogs. Looks like we're coming down off the main road there, pickup truck. So I think that'll be the end of the video. Let's just pull onto this main road, see if there's anything interesting. Oh, a little shop over there. There's a police dude with a moped. That'll be a Yashok, Anko Yashok Leyland truck. Mopeds and stuff. You have a little beep when you go around a corner, a little beep when you're in a straight, and a little beep when you go down a dip, a little beep when you go over a hill. If you turn left, you do a little beep. If you turn right, you do a little beep. And if you're going straight on and nobody's hassling you, just do a little beep, just to let everybody know that nobody's hassling you.